What's happening? Espathra has been one of my favorite Pokemon ever since it came out and debuted in one of those special January sets. Well, with the release of Journey Together, I have come up with one crazy combo, so let's go to the deck list. So we all know Espathra has the Dazzling Gaze ability, which your opponent can't attack unless it attaches an extra energy to its attack cost. And then Espathra has the attack hitting for 30 times the energy between the two of you, plus an extra 30 more. And of course, it's hitting all these dark Pokemon like Charizard for weakness. But we want to add even more damage. So I added in the brand new Magmortar. During Pokemon Checkup, if your opponent is burned, you put 3 extra damage counters. So that's 2 for the burn, plus 3 for the Magmortar, and it stacks. So if you have 2 Magmortar, you are doing 80 damage in between Checkup. Yeah, they got to flip a coin to see if they are still burned, but you're at least getting the 80. If it comes back, you already get to 160. Now, how are we going to get it burned? That's with the brand new Volcanion EX. With its Scalding Steam ability, when it's in the active, you just get to burn your opponent. So we do play a bunch of switches and jets, and we play Latias for retreat because we're not always going to use Volcanion as our attacker. We want to try to get Espathra in there to make them even more frustrated than they already are, taking all this damage in between checkup. But one of the coolest plays I found is if you go second, get Volcanion in the active, get 2 Magmar down, and then you can Evo Magmortar onto it, and with the burn, you are already doing 80 damage. I think that's even easier than doing the cheeky poison damage, but of course, this has to be done on turn 2 because you need to use the Evo in order to get it done. So now the first game I played the Hyper Aroma to try to get him out, and then I realized playing that game, the Precious Trolley is so much better. So that is the only difference between games 1 and then 2, 3, and 4. Just the one card, but it was such a good match, I wanted to show it off. So don't forget to check out the Damage Counters podcast on our other channel. The first episode released earlier today. A link to the page is in my description, or just type it out, Damage Counters podcast, and you'll see our first one. We had a grand old time making it, and there are many more to come. And our goal is to post a new one every Monday. So let us know what topics you want us to cover. Send one of us a message and we will gladly cover it. But before you go check it out, let's go see this crazy deck in action. All right, here we go. What is that? Charizard? Charmander? Okay. So do we make them poisoned already? Or do we get a Magmar down to try to beat it? No, let's do it. Let's just do it. And we can now retreat. And we can pop up you. And now make it poisoned. Scalding Steam. Alright, end turn. So they are going to take some damage. And their heads. Okay, so a little bit of damage. Not much. Kind of didn't have anything. What I could do is I really just want to attach this fire energy. I mean, that's really it for right now. Because I got a Charizard. Now, if I get a Espathra going, we can knock out the Charizard fairly easily, and they haven't even seen it yet. There's Mimikyu. All right, we'll just burn the Mimikyu. Basically, I am going to put the fire energy and then Iono. There's their Charmeleon. It's kind of dumb to get considering. But see, I'm an Iono you, and you only have 2 cards. Feels bad. Definitely feels bad. But we're going to do this. We're then going to Iono, and I'm going to try to get down some basics here. We need some basics. All right, so there's one. I don't think they're going to Iono. I'm going to just do it. Yeah, we'll just do it. Boom. Go get these 2, these 3, and now burn. And there we go. We are not going to retreat. So let's see what's going on. They're tails, so it stays. That is phenomenal. Oh, let's see what they get. They get Fezandipiti. They got your cloak. Now they can't use Fez. Arvid. Now what I could do is I can get a Espathra down. I can Crispin and I can actually... No, I can't take this out. I really need it to... actually, I'm going to Arvid for a nest ball. Yes, here we go. We Arvin for a nest ball. And we have to make sure there's another Magmortar in. All right, because they're going to take... They're only going to hit me for 180. But if I Crispin... And we don't play Energy Switch. No. But if I Crispin... I can get 2 energy on it. Do the free retreat. And burn it. And I think that could be enough. Alright, so we'll do this. We'll burn the thing. We will put Espathra down. We will go with Crispin. And we put down each energy onto... There we go. And then we're going to place this energy there. Then we're going to free retreat. Then we're going to come on up. We still don't have any of our... And we're going to hit for 300. And now we just need tails. This is where we need tails. Tails. Come on! Alright, so we're going to win it on the poison. Which is going to... Not the poison, I'm sorry. I'm going to come up with the... burn. Wow, I'm so used to saying poison. I forgot it's burn. So I'm going to come up with the burn, which is going to make them not be able to use their Fezandipiti. Which means now I can finally Arvin and Evo. Okay. Nope. Which is actually better. Because if I can get 2 nest balls or anything, and I can try to get the Evo. No. Alright, can Arvin get the Evo? I do have to retreat. Alright, so let's see. Yeah, I definitely retreat and burn them. I am going to lose 1 energy off that, but that's okay. Alright. I can't counter catcher yet. Alright, so there's my turn. Alright, so what we do now is Arvin for a nest ball plus an Evo. There we go. We got that. We can jet this thing in case we actually survive. You never know. Okay. Nest ball. The Magmar. Put the Evo on. Make sure I do the ability of Scalding Steam. And now, Evo onto this for the Magmortar, and it actually gets knocked out because of the extra damage right away. Boom, 50. Bye-bye, Mimikyu. Oh, that was fantastic. And it stacks. Now I just need to get more down. It's just the tough part, is getting those things down. And there's no other way to get them down except Nest Ball. I mean, I guess... Maybe we do Precious Trolley? I might switch. Instead of Hyper Roma, let's do Precious Trolley. Might be the better. Because then I can Evo to him. Yeah. Let's do Precious Trolley. Which also means I can open up some spots off the Nest Ball. And Ultra Balls. Because we want that Precious Trolley. Some spots, not all. Alright, Dragapult's going to knock this thing out. Where are you going to put the 60 damage? They're already getting ready for Espathra, which is actually really good. Alright, so there's the 60. Knock me out. Okay. I can actually Night Stretcher it back. But then I'd have to find one of the switches. Let's see what we get here. Nest Ball. So let's Nest Ball Fez, since we have it. Might as well. And we can flip the script. So maybe I can use that for something else. All right, so we are going to Night Stretcher back, Volcanion, put that down, right? I want to jet it up, boom, make this thing poisoned. I keep saying poison, it's burned. Let's go get rid of, I'm gonna Iono. Do I Iono down to 4? Do I Crispin? Let's go get the basic, okay. And do I Iono or do I Crispin? Actually, no, I want to Arvin. Let's Arvin because now I have another. We can use a switch and another Evo. Trying to think. Do I want to... No, maybe a counter catcher for later. There we go. I'm not going to counter catcher now because I want to get as much damage on this thing as possible. So we are going to Scalding Steam. Okay, and then we're going to Evo to the other one. Yeah, we're definitely going to switch the... All right, so now we got 2 down. It's taking 80 damage in between turns. This would be amazing. All right, so there's 80 damage. Now what we need is Tails. Yes. Okay, now I can come up with Espathra and knock this thing out. Actually, I can oh no, I can't Crispin because it needs 2 fire. But I'm not going to be able to counter catcher. Oh, this is fantastic. What are they going to choose to do? They're going to boss the Espathra. All right, so they're going to take a knockout. But they're still going to be burned. All right, Jet Headbutt. And, okay, they're going to be burned. All right, so they're not burned anymore. But we now, Jet Headbutt, they can take 200. But now we counter catcher this guy. We put this on. We then Iono them down to 4. I get 5. Worst comes to worst, I retreat. Up, don't have to. We're going to switch. Come on up. Make it burned. And there you go. And am I going to stay there? I'm going to stay there and just leave it there. Because that is now KO'd. I'm down to 3. There we go. Nest Ball with an energy. I can now take out this Dragapult. I have Iono'd. Their Fezandipiti doesn't work. They got another Dracloak. Recon Directive. This is going to be close. Because I'm going to be able to knock them out, at least the Dragapult. But the question is, what are they going to do? I really want to Iono them down to 2, and hopefully they don't find the pieces they need on the next turn. Actually, I could come up with a Magmortar next, since I do have like a switch and a jet. Because that'll leave a 1 prizer in there. And I think that might be the way to go. Energy Search. And they've already used their crystal. So they're going to Phantom Dive 200. And where are you going to put the 60? Because I don't get knocked out. But I'm going to come up with a Espathra. There's the 60. There's the 200. Okay. So now the question is, what do we do? Do we jet? We jet this thing. Because they can only take 80 in between. We then... Do we Iono now? 210. Just go for the knockout. Yeah, if they can get a Dragapult, but I don't... Unless they would need a Dragapult and a Crispin. And all I need to do is boss. I believe that's all I got to do is just boss. Yeah, if they don't win on this turn, I just boss and I win. Then we go switch our 8-spec and we do it again. I mean, we're going to do it again no matter what. All right, so here's the question. Do they have the pieces? I don't know. But they can't take 4 prizes the way it is right now. But I could come up and burn and take the win that way. Because I only need 1 card. So Infernal Rain. Yeah, I can burn for the win. There it is. Yeah, knocked me out. The Dragapult was the key. Energy Search. Yeah, not having a Dragapult was the key here. Which they don't have. Because now they can only take 2. Oh, and, oh yeah, that was only if they were able to... Alright, so they're going to Carmine. Because Espathra requires the extra energy. Pokemon League Headquarters. We're not doing that. We're just using the ability. And since they Carmine, they can unfair stamp. Did we see an ace spec yet? If they unfair stamp and I lose my ball, somebody's so angry. But I do get Fez then. So let's see what happens. Recon Directive. I guarantee you they get... I don't remember if they... Did they play an ace spec? Oh, they did. The Crystal. That's right. All right, so we're good. Burning Dark. We have the win. We got the win, and we're going to burn them for 80 for the win. That is nuts. Let's do it. So we have to make sure we do it in the right order. Got to burn the right Pokemon. And we boss you... Scalding Steam, and then just hit end turn, and I believe we win. There's nothing to do because it's 80. Burn, not poison. And that's how you do it. Woo, great win, and let's go switch the ace spec and do it again. All right, here we go. Iron bundles in the active, which is good. Nest ball. Okay. We got Trolley, we got an Evo, we've got Latias, so it's a free retreater. We're golden. We're gonna get 80 damage on turn 1 on a Duraludon. It's that simple. Hops bag gives them 2 hops. Basically their own battle VIP. Any hops Pokemon? But no matter what they put down, they're taking 80 damage. Got a Latias. See what they choose to do. Okay. Got a boss. Fair enough. And boom. All right. So, Trolley. All right. So what we need is we want an Espathra. We want 2 of these. We want that. And I say we just get 3 of them. Why not? Try to get as much damage as possible. Retreat. Come on up. Put this guy. Scalding Steam. Now we can get here. Go get, we'll get 1 of each. Put this down. And now, do I want to Iono? No. I'm going to leave them there with that, what they got. Evo. These 2. And come on, give me 2. There's at least 2. So there is 2. Now we do 80 damage. They do have free retreat, but it has 80 damage. So all I got to do is burn it later for the win if I have 1 left. And they are going to come up with Zacian, who is weak to fire, so I can actually just knock it out. Hit it for 160, and then boom, move some more energy to Flittle, which will be Hyper Blower. Sure, we'll give you this one. It's not a problem. Now, the problem is, yeah, Flittle here. My boy Flittle's going to take a beating. Because they get to chuck 30 damage on this Insta-Strike. Oh, but the first one only hits... Oh, but I can free retreat. And they just conceded. Did they see what was about to happen? They couldn't even knock out the first one, the active. I think that's why they quit. All right, Badoo and Ralt. So it's Gardevoir. Well, this is cool because I can just burn them. We are going to burn Badoo. So if Badoo stays there, we got a Klefki, a Ralts. Are they going to put? They're going to put Klefki in there, which means I have the switch, but then I still can't use Volcanion because of Klefki. All right, let's see what happens here. So that, let's go get down one of these. Good. We'll get down this guy. What do I put down? So I want to knock out the Klefki next turn. So let's just put... Yeah, let's do this for now. Not going to switch because I can't burn. Dang Klefki. Curlia. Alright, Artisan. Artisan's going to help me get another Magmar. And what's this? Flip a coin if heads here is now burned. So I could hit for 90. Here's a Screamtail. Joust. Okay. Crispin and perfect. Alright, so we're going to Artisan because now we're going to hit out the Klefki. So we're going to Artisan for another one. We want to try to get as many as we can. Right, we can put this down. We can now go get one of each. Okay. I want this in my hand. So I can put this down. I can jet up the next energy. Boom. And now I can hit the Klefki and also putting energy. Hit the Klefki for 160 and putting energy on Flittle. And there it is. Yeah, they tried to stop me with Klefki. All right, and getting a Pokegear is phenomenal. Now I can... they're going to Iono. Sure, I'll take 5 new cards. Let's see what we got. Okay, Arven, Crispin, Ultra Ball. I do have an energy, so I can knock this out again. I would want a boss. Where's my 2 bosses? But actually, I'm going to knock out the Badoo with Burn. Itchy Pollen. I'm just going to knock it out with Burn because of it's going to do 50 burn. So I'm going to put this there. We're going to go down Artisan, another one. Flittle. I'm going to Crispin these 2. I'm going to keep this in my hand. Put down the other one. I'm just getting it ready since I can't play items. We are going to burn. So now it's burned. And now we just hit end turn. Yes, I want to end turn. I do not want to attack because now you can't use Fezandipiti. We are now 2 cards ahead on Gardevoir. All right, so what are they going to try to Screamtail? Now, here's the problem. What I just noticed. I don't want these Flittles. I need them to be Espathras as soon as possible. All right, so they're going to Iono, which that's fine. And now I get 4 cards. 4 cards deeper to get my Espathras. Nope. Counter Catcher's not going to work. But Magmortar will. Magmortar will. And I could boss. There's my boss. They've got Gardevoir. How much energy? They only have 1 energy. They were not able to find their Brilliant Blender. I'm assuming they play the Brilliant Blender. Now, what's funny is when I do 80 damage, they'll be able to knock me out. Psychic Embrace. Now that it's got damage, I'll actually knock them out too. Roaring Scream. They're going to take out my 1 Flittle that has energy on it. Sure. Okay. Well, I guess the only good thing is I do have another one. I'm not going to boss. I'm just going to knock out Screamtail. And do I want to use... I will boss Arven. Let's Arven. And we're going to Arven for Evo. And Troll. No, Evo and Ultra Ball. Okay. Because I can actually Evo. Oh... Which maybe I couldn't do that before. Because I do get to pick 2. So what's Artisan? None left. So let's put this Evo. We will Scalding Steam. I don't want to use anything else because I'm going to Evo anyway. So Evolution. What? They're all priced? Both my Espathras are priced. I only play 2. Now, the good thing is I get another... there we go. Oh, I better get this real quick. This better be Espathra. I got a 50-50 shot here. There we go. All right, we're golden. Now let's see what happens. So, they would need the energy. How much energy they have? They have 3. So, they can attack. They would need the dark energy in order to knock me out. But at least I now have an Espathra. Night Treacher, the dark energy, I'm assuming. Psychic Embrace. I don't think they had dark energy in there, did they? I don't think so. I don't think they found it yet. Which means they're going to be just short. But they are going to take a knockout later. Professor's Research is probably going to get them the dark energy. Counter Catcher. Alright, so that's still short. Monkey Dory. No, they really want the Latias. They're going to Adrena Brain. No, they took that out. Oh, that I did not see coming. Because now my 2 Flittles are gone. And, okay, this is not looking good. Let's be real. I did get knocked out. Now, I could boss. So let's retreat. Come up here. Boss the Monkey Dory. And I don't need to make it. Let's see if we can do this. Go get Fez. Let's see what we get. Because if I could find another boss. Alright, let's do this. We'll get that there in case they knock that one out. And hit for 160. That knocks out. Put that on there. Don't need to boss. I can now... All I need to do is boss Mew and burn it. I have to boss Mew and burn it. Alright, so let's see what they got. I'm going to Iono next, but I'm going to Iono myself down to 2. There's Monkey Dory. They got a double monkey. But I'm going to Iono them down to 4. Okay? They're going to Iono me down to 2. Alright, so that changes everything. Come on. I mean, worst case scenario here is I have a burn. Actually, worst case scenario is that they knock me out because they... Oh, no, they already attached. So I could switch... Screamtail, but you can't get it down. And they're not going to be able to get down Screamtail. They can restart. They're trying to find a dark energy. But they can't. They already attached. So that's it. Earth. Oh my god, they found an earthen vessel. Get rid of the Screamtail to get the 2 darks, but they can't place it this turn. Yeah, they're going to get 2 darks. I kind of knew that. But they can't place it this turn. So they can do 1 next turn and 1 the turn after. But actually, that'll be enough. Yeah, Miracle Force. That'll be enough. Because they could do 1, hit that out. Unless they get a Crispin here. Switch. So what we'll do is we will... Scald. We will retreat. Come on up. And do you get double burned? I don't think it works that way. If you get double burned. Alright, 80. Burned. Heads, of course. Now, that's the one thing about this burn thing. It can go away at any moment. Now, I was not knocked out. But I think this little bit of a delay... Alright, so that was a knockout. Okay. Now, do they have a boss? There's another Gardevoir. They would need a boss. They retreat to the new Gardevoir. I still just need a boss and an energy, but now I have Fezandipiti. I need a boss and an energy. Miracle Force. Yeah, this is it, because they can Monkey Dory the other energy. One of us is going to win right here. Boss and an energy. There's an Iono. It's not going to do me any good. And flip the script. I got the energy. I don't have the boss. Unless we do this. What can I get stuck? Alright, so let's do this. Let's jet up. Because I'm going to lose anyway. So I have to try to get the counter catcher out of the next 2 cards. That's my only way. It's got to be the counter catcher out of the next 2 cards to get Fezandipiti, because they had one in hand. All right, hold on. And yeah, that's not going to do anything. Getting Latias, Flittle, no. So yeah, we'll burn you. We will hit you for 160. That's 200 plus 80's 280. Oh! What if I would have gotten the counter catcher? I should have counter catchered the other one. Had I counter catchered the other... Oh no, I couldn't counter catcher. What am I talking about counter catcher? We both have 2. Yeah, that's game. That was a close one though. That was a close one. All right, opponent's turn. Hoot hoot. All right, let's go. I got this. I've got this. Especially if they... Oh, that's all they do? Oh, I think I can... Oh, no, I can't. Can I actually, no. We can win it by doing... Here we go. Magmar, Volcanion, and that Fezandipiti. Actually, I don't need one of those. But I think I got it. I can donk them. So I retreat, come on up, put the evolution down, put that down, burn them, Scalding Steam, evolution, these 2 I believe, and as long as they're in there, it's 80 and it's a donk. You want to donk with poison? I want to donk with burn. That is amazing. Oh, I'm so glad I switched to trolley. Let's do it again. Oh, this is so much fun. So when I was first putting together this concoction, it took me a bunch of tries to figure out how I wanted to be able to get this all done with all the switching and the burning and the extra attack cost. I think this works pretty well. Now, you are playing a lot of 2s, like in the one game where we prize both Espathra EX. Not ideal, but it happens. I know this deck can do a lot better than it did with a bunch of tweaking. Help me out. Let me know in the comments below what we can do, and I'll see you next time.